Hi, I'm Shaken Gaming, and this video is evolving around Erica's Madness, the raid, Tier 8. In particular, Phase 3. A lot of people have been asking me for team compositions, and not just the team compositions, but also how to play it. First up, there are 3 mandatory characters, in my opinion, to make this work, and then there are a few optional characters. The first character that is mandatory is Buff. Buff is used to speed up demons on his team, and he gives a 33% chance to remove 16.66% turn meter whenever he attacks, and also other demons with him. That's the first mandatory. The second mandatory is Shadar. The reason for Shadar is that he is able to give out a lot of turn meter. He's a demon, meaning he benefits from Buff's leadership and is able to remove turn meter. On top of that, he's a magic damage dealer, and Hardork is 90% resistance to physical damage. So therefore, physical damage dealers are not going to do any damage whatsoever on Hardork, the Phase 3, which this is about. So he's a damage dealer, he gives turn meter, he also applies defense down, but Buff can do that as well, so that's not as important. The last mandatory character is no other than Duo. This team evolves around turn meter reduction. The tenacity increase up to 100 or 220% in the Tier 8 raid makes it very, very difficult to utilize turn meter reduction. So you can only make one team because Buff is necessary, and you need others around. All evolves around giving Duo turn meter and making him able to remove turn meter from Erica, while other demons help a bit, and magic damage dealers do the damage. That's the 3 mandatory characters. Now you've got 2 spots left, and there are a few different options, and I think I will exit this and go over here where I start them. So, because Erica has 120% tenacity, you need to remove some of the tenacity to persistently make Master Duo remove turn meter. I have 94% turn meter potency now with Master Duo, with a lot of potency on my runes all the way around, and as much speed as possible. Those are the 2 only goals, that's speed and potency as much as possible. But still, 94%, Erica has 120% tenacity, meaning he will fail quite a lot of turn meter reduction. On top of that, every time Hardork takes a turn, he gets +5 tenacity every time. So even though we apply tenacity down, which is 30%, bringing Hardork down to 90%, as soon as Hardork has taken just 1 turn, Master Duo can potentially, he needs to be very unlucky, but potentially after just 1 turn for Hardork, he can be resisted. So, that's very important, and after a few turns, Hardork will resist quite a lot, and the attempt is over. So it's very important to do as much damage early on as possible, because as soon as Hardog has moved a few times, you're dead. So, potency up is near impossible to get reliably. The only character that does it is more or less Buff on his third ability, where he swaps turn meter with the target ally and give potency up for 2 turns. But that's not enough. It's on a 4-turn cooldown, and Duo will run out of potency increase, and then Hardog will take those quick initial turns, and your attempt will be over before it's started. So this is not reliable. Other characters cannot be used whatsoever. Potency up is it's lacking in the game, to say the least. So instead we need to apply tenacity down on Hardog. Again, Buff can do that, but we don't want him to use his dice roll and rely on that. So 3 characters in the game are able to apply tenacity down. First up is Mordoom. He's got, sorry, it's up here. Inflicts armor decrease, tenacity decrease, slow damage decrease, potency, blah blah blah. Tenacity decrease, that's what we're going for. It's starting on a 3-turn cooldown, so you will not get it for his first 3 turns. Which is bad, because Mordoom is definitely the one that will do most damage on Hardog of the 3 characters that I have the option for. But the problem is that he's not doing it on his basic. So that gives Hardog an advantage in the beginning of the fight, where we don't want him to have an advantage. Then there's Lake. Lake has the highest natural potency in the game, and thus is easy to get past 120%, making sure that he does not get resisted on the first turn. Actually, I have too much because I'll come back to that, never mind. So Lake is an option. He will do more damage than the 3rd character, but he cannot heal, and you will get hit a few times. So actually my preferred character for this is none other than the hated Selena, that no one thinks is usable for anything. She is on my dream team for phase 3. She's got 70% chance to inflict tenacity decrease for 2 turns. She doesn't have as high potency as Lake, but it's decent. And with runes, I got it up to 108, which is perfect, because if I give, either if I'm lucky or if I use Buff to give her potency up first turn, she will have more than plenty to apply it, unless you get the 30% chance, but then you just restart. So that's your choice. My preferred character is Selena, but you can use Lake, Mordoom, Selena. Those 3, one of those are the 4th spot on your team. The last spot can go to 3 different characters, in my opinion. You can continue with the demon setup, giving you this 30% chance to remove a little bit of turn meter, but still, Kyra and Venomate falls into this category. Both of them can give turn meter to Master Duo, and Kyra can do more, but the problem is that she's not a magic damage dealer, while Venomate is. So I've actually decided to go with Venomate. The last option, instead of going with the demons, are taking little Batty. It's hard to get as much potency as you need, but it's possible. Right now I don't have the right runes on her, But you can get up there, but her turn meter removal is still only 80% chance. So it's not completely reliable. On the other hand, you will remove more turn meter with little Batty than you will with these fellows. But on the other hand, you will not give turn meter to Master Duo. And little Batty is a physical damage dealer as well, so that's your choice really. But you can pick Lake, Selena or Mordoon for one spot, and the last spot, little Batty, Venomate or Kyra, whatever you fancy. Venomate end up being the highest damage dealer if you pick him. Kyra will definitely not, but she will give more turn meter, a bit more reliable. And little Batty will remove more turn meter, reliable, making Shadar your absolute max damage dealer if you go that way. Of course, if you go Mordoon instead, he will, together with Shadar, be the primary damage dealers. If we set up the team that I've chosen, then we have the mandatory characters. If we pick those first. There we go. And then the optional characters, which you can choose between. I take Selena as my preferred choice, but I know others have made Mordoon and little Batty work, or Mordoon and Kyra. There's different options. And then I pick Venomate as the last one. So let's go. I've done around 30% damage with this setup. It might take a few tries, but it's possible. And 30% in the tier 8 raid is massive. You need very good runes to achieve this, and RNG, but it's possible. But let's just see how far I can go on first try. Now that was lucky. Now there's two options for the first turn. Either you pray to RNGesus and throw it on Duo, make him remove turn meter, if you're lucky, or you give it to Selena and get tenacity down straight away, which makes everything after easier. I go the safe way now, and he dodged, so that's a leave. Need this perfect, otherwise you can forget about it. And we need Duo to land the slow on turn 1 as well, otherwise just leave. So I'll continue to do this until I get tenacity down and slow on Hardhog on the first turn. That's the strategy. Okay, there's only 70% chance that that succeeds. So this might take a few tries actually, if you're unlucky. In theory, a similar composition can work on phase 1. I just haven't thoroughly tested it yet. You just need physical damage instead of magical damage. And you need more AoE because you need to take those ads down, which is not necessary on Hardhog. Okay. This is not very lucky. Yeah, Shadar is lucky, but Selena is not. Okay, I'll try that. Maybe I'll just try the unsafe way then, because clearly I cannot land tenacity down right now with Selena. Oh, ridiculous. And there we have it. Great, finally. now the goal is to not get stunned by Corcoran, not have Ma uses AoE, and keep Hard Orc as low as possible on turn meter. That's it. When Hard Orc will get his turn before Master Duo, you will want to use the swap turn meter. If he is able to get his turn before, you will instead just hit with Buff, because there's a reasonable chance that Buff will remove quite a lot of turn meter as well. And Venomate will help this process. There we go. Now he's very low, but I have these two guys out here, and I think I'll try the dice roll, and that was okay because Shadar had his turn meter. And remove, yes please. And remove again. I like the tenacity down on these because it makes it easier for Venomate to land poison. There we go. And turn meter please. And now I don't want to use the turn meter swap, I want to remove turn meter, and that was resisted. That was unlucky. Let's get these. They will die on the next turn, never mind. I'm not being very lucky right now at the turn meter removal, because both Shadar and Venomate can remove it as well, as I said. A bit unsafe. I think I'll give the turn meter to Duo. And again, just to be safe. And now Buff can remove turn meter, yes please, and turn meter for everyone. And then it's just rinse and repeat after this formula, really. Okay, this is not a good try, but you get the point. I'll just quickly move over it now, because everything is you're a lot worse off when you lose one character here. There's not much point in doing it well after this. But you can see the point at what's going on, how it works, and still I did 70, okay, 22% damage. But that was far from perfect, especially the start was bad. That was the strategy, that was the runing, that was, well, I didn't really explain the runing, but you need potency, 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 potency for this to work at the same time, speed. And that makes it very hard to achieve perfectly because you need very good potency runes. Here's Shadar, full potency. Here's Venomate, full potency. And Selena, full potency. And Master Duo, full potency. So, but this is, in my opinion, the absolutely best way to go P3. Feel free to experiment it. Comment on what worked for you in the comment section. Like, subscribe, whatever you want. Have a great day.